Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is JP the Outlaw. Here to give you my Raw review for June 11th, 2018. And they start off the show, which I don't know why they started off the show like this, but I think this is one of the most ridiculous ways to start off the show. They had all of the combatants for the women's and the men's Money in the Bank ladder match on top of ladders inside the ring. They all are cutting promos on each other. I think Alexa Bliss wants Braun Strowman to win the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, and vice versa. Same with Sasha Banks and Finn Balor. Kevin Owens goes into saying, Braun is about as tall as the goddamn ladder. That's basically cheating. This segment did nothing for me, which I'm pretty sure it did nothing for the fans. But you can get away with this, in Arkansas, Iowa. You can get away with shit like this, For the most part, I was completely lost. Shout out to Baron Corbin looking the role of the constable. But other than that, freaking Kurt Angle, Baron Corbin come out. They make a couple announcements for the Money in the Bank. Nothing major, nothing out of control. They announced there's going to be two 4-way matches, one for the men and one for the women. The women's match was literally after this whole segment, and the men's match would be at the end of the night. Now, for the women's match, great match. It was a nice back and forth between Ember Moon, Natty, and Sasha Banks. Even though Alexa Bliss was involved in this match, it felt like she did no wrestling. Like, as far as, offensive move after offensive move, I really believe Ember Moon has stepped her game way up. I loved the spot where it looked like she was coming off the top turnbuckle, and she reversed that into a suplex. It was beautiful. Natty even performed well here. And this is just going to show you, this is what happens when you put a Natty or Ember Moon or Sasha Banks in the ring with each other. You get a quality match. And it was a good match, especially for women. Nothing against, that just their match quality. You have to remember, I just went through 9 months, maybe even 6 months of an Alexa Bliss and Naya Jax feud, which made no fucking sense as well. So, for this to come out on a Monday Night Raw right before pay-per-view, this is what I wish the whole show did as far as in-ring performance, especially coming off of New Japan's No Dominion, okay, with Kenny Omega winning the IPGW title. I think I said that right. I'm not a big fan of the New Japan or New Japan Pro Wrestling. I'm not a big fan of it. I mean, I watch it because Jericho's over there now, but for the most part, I'm trying to keep up with it. Names, I am lost, okay, outside of Okada and Naito. Other than that, I have no idea who these fucking people are. But that's another story for another day. We get a tag team match, free for Fandango and Tyler Breeze versus my man, Dolph Ziggler and Drew Galloway. Before we get into that match, we have a backstage promo from Kevin Owens and Finn Balor. Kevin Owens is trying to recruit all the guys in the Money in the Bank to team up against Braun Strowman later tonight. That's a different conversation. Of course, Natty wins that match, and looking pretty strong. Me personally, if they give you a win on the go-home show, you're not winning at Money in the Bank, which raises a lot of questions. I mean, if it was me, as far as the women's Money in the Bank, my two sleepers, which we'll go over in my predictions video later this week, my two predictions would have to be Ember Moon from Raw. And if not Ember Moon, I have to see who's on the SmackDown side. But for the most part, I'm going Ember Moon or Sasha Banks for right now. Now, moving on. Fandango and Tyler Breeze versus Drew McIntyre and my baby Dolph Ziggler. Quick match. They pick up the win. They cut a fantastic promo. This just goes to show me they shouldn't have lost last week. It should be the Drew Galloway and McIntyre going up against the Bray Wyatt, the leaders of worlds, Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy. I like what they did here. I like how they, quickly gave them the win. I love the promo. They are single-handedly saving the tag team divisions. Their words, not mine. I agree. I would do, or like I said last week, I would have made them one that number one contendership. I would have built up suitable challengers, like the B team is not a suitable challenger for the tag team titles. We'll get into that in a little bit. Backstage with Roman Reigns hyping up his match with Jinder Mahal, so he thinks Roman Reigns versus one of the Singh brothers. And quick match, of course, Jinder Mahal comes from behind, attacks Roman Reigns, and he looks tall going into Money in the Bank. Now, with that being said, Roman Reigns, of course, is picking up the win at Money in the Bank before he goes sees Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. I think that's the next big pay-per-view is SummerSlam. It may be one more, maybe even Backlash, but I believe it's SummerSlam. So that's the one of the big five is SummerSlam. Their next pay-per-view might be Backlash, which is like a B pay-per-view, which is nothing to ride home about. You get another tag team match. Heath Slater and Rhino going up against the B team. Of course, the B team pick up some win. They get a promo from Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy, the Leader Awards, warning them, the leaders of worlds, warning them to not show up at Money in the Bank, which I think is crazy that you got two brothers going up against each other. Which I wouldn't mind, the B team teaming up with a Matt Hardy and a Bray Wyatt to take on a more suitable threat, whoever that might be. In-ring segment with Elias. He sang a little song about Arkansas not really giving a fuck, called them rednecks and hicks. Out comes Seth Rollins, who actually is from Arkansas. He destroys Elias' guitar. And this is just to get building up some heat before they go into their Money in the Bank match for the Intercontinental Championship. Bayley and Ruby Riott. I am extremely surprised they have nothing for Ruby Riott to do, especially going in Money in the Bank. She might even be on the pre-show. I hope so. Same with Bayley. They are wasted talent that could be used more prominently inside of the women's division. Definitely Ruby Riott. I don't think you too much missed the ball with Bayley, but I think if you put Bayley on a SmackDown, you could build back all her charisma, all of what made Bayley. So, see how that works out for you. The backstage with Ronda Rousey and Natty game planning for the sit-down interview that they have. The sit-down interview Ronda Rousey has with Nia Jax. In-ring, Nia Jax and Ronda Rousey, they trade cheap shots at each other. Her being the the furious whatever woman, and Ronda Rousey being the big bad Ronda Rousey. Okay, you really get nothing here outside of Ronda Rousey locking in the armbar and Nia Jax, which we all know Nia Jax is going to tap. Ronda Rousey is going to become the Raw Women's Champion. I think you visually fucked your match at Money in the Bank, unless if there's going to be some type of screwy finish. If you're going this way with the armbar, Nia Jax winning clean. Not Nia Jax. Ronda Rousey winning clean against Nia Jax. Why would you even tease the armbar? It's completely ridiculous. No way Jose versus Kurt Hawkins, who is now at 0-200 as far as win-loss record. And apparently this is the only guy that counts his wins and losses. Everybody else doesn't even matter. Kevin Owens, 2 wins and 13 losses since moving over to Raw. So, and counting. So, yeah, what the fuck is the point of that? in-ring segment with Bobby Lashley and Sami Zayn. Now, this reminded me of the old school challenge NXT. Remember when NXT was like a goddamn talk show and they had these guys doing all these random challenges to earn a contract with the WWE? I just thought it was one of the most ridiculous times in the WWE. But they put him through this obstacle course. And immediately once I seen the obstacle course, I thought NXT. But they take him through this, and again, kudos to Sami Zayn because he is single-handedly saving this whole fucking feud. And the Bobby Lashley, again, I could watch paint dry and get more entertainment from paint drying than watching Bobby Lashley actually do his thing in the ring. Yeah, really nothing to take home here. Bobby Lashley completes the goddamn obstacle course. Sami Zayn tags him. Of course, again, big fan of Sami Zayn. I love his promo work. I think once you get done with him and Bobby Lashley, put him in Intercontinental title position going up against Seth Rollins, and I bet you they steal the whole fucking pay-per-view because Sami Zayn has that in him, especially against a Seth Rollins. Just saying, it's an idea. I wouldn't mind seeing him or him and Elias go at it for the Intercontinental Championship. Whoever walks away, the Intercontinental Champion should be their next opponent. Should be Sami Zayn. Simple and plain. Backstage segment is Kevin Owens rallying the troops to go up against the big bad Braun Strowman. You know, he got Bobby Roode and Finn Balor there. Braun walks up with a primal yell and say, you know, you do what you think is best, okay? All right, because I'm Braun. And then yell Braun again. And that was it. And for our main event, a four-way match, which again, does nothing for the upcoming Money in the Bank. I would have did some type of tag team. You know, let these guys get their shit off. You've already established Finn Balor and Braun Strowman in earlier weeks as a nice tag team unit. So, I don't know what they're going to do here. Me personally, of course, Braun Strowman picks up the win. Beautiful spot from KO. He had Finn Balor and Finn Balor and Bobby Lashley hold the ladder while he gives Braun Strowman a frog splash on the announce desk. Lovely spot. I think you don't too much see them fuck with the announce desk as much as they used to on Monday Night Raw. I think as far as Braun's character, it's not out of his wheelhouse to do stuff like this. You know, you got Braun in the match throwing ladders and beating people, freaking power slamming Kevin Owens on the ladder to actually pick up the win. So, you know, I like the idea of them aesthetically bringing the ladder in and having the ladder be used more than just for climbing. I appreciate that, but in the same sense, if you're going to do first of all, with the opening of the show, ridiculous. You've already had too many ladders on the show. Way too many ladders. It's unpleasing when you have Kevin Owens go underneath the fucking ring and he pulls out damn near a step ladder and gets body slammed on it. That is my one critique of this whole fucking thing. You've already had 1,000 ladders out there. You had taller ladders than what Kevin Owens grabbed. But this is what we're riding with. Just saying. And that was your Monday Night Raw review. Like I said, not too much to take from here. I went through everything pretty fast. A lot of quick matches. Couple of good promos. The women's match would have to be my match of the night. Shout out to Sasha Banks, Ember Moon, and Naya, Natty, for putting on a hell of a performance in that women's four-way. So, kudos to them. For the most part, the men's four-way was okay, decent. I could have did without a lot. I see them hitting at Bobby Roode turning heel. I wish they would do that. Pull the plug. Get this fucking imposter Roode out of here and bring back the real Bobby Roode. And that's it. Like I said, for the most part, I give this Raw 1 out of 5. I give this Raw maybe a 2 or a 3 for the most part. I'm JP the Outlaw. Don't forget to check us out on Twitter, Wrestling Amino, Facebook, and Tumblr. We're now on Tumblr, all set up. The JP Outlaw page is set up. Only thing I do is type in JP Outlaw. I'm pretty sure I'll pop up somewhere. Again, a nice shout out to everybody that wish the family well, as far as, you know, me and my personal life and what I'm going through right now. I appreciate all you guys reaching out to me on Wrestling Amino. I had put up there that I was taking a little break to deal with some family issues. And, you know, even on Twitter, I didn't put too much out there, but for the much that I put out there, you know, everybody told me I'm within their prayers and, you know, I'm doing all these other good things. I appreciate it, you know. I appreciate you having your boys back. So, thank you. I will talk to you with a SmackDown and NXT review. We will talk again. I will try to give you some news and rumors, plus also my predictions for Money in the Bank and also NXT TakeOver Chicago. Forgive me, that was my cousin. I gotta get out of here. Peace.